22-8. Best record in baseball. Best GM in baseball. Best manager in baseball. Let's go. Good afternoon, Evan. How are you today, kid?
I have to be honest. This is really starting to annoy me.
Oh, this is fantastic.
I mean, it really is.
The Judge walk-off last night. The Glaber 5 RBIs today. Tyone getting out of trouble early. Woo! Yankee baseball never fails to deliver.
I don't know if it's your fault.
Unless it's October.
I don't know if it's your fault or it's Big Mac's fault. I really have no qualms with the New York Yankees, and I'll throw bouquets at them. They're 22-8. They deserve a ton of credit.
Say it again, Evan. 22-8.
But it's starting to kind of annoy me.
Oh, is it bothering you?
Just a tad.
Is that the arrogance of the Yankee fan?
Just a tad.
Is it the we can't lose rhetoric? Like, what is it?
I think it's everything. I think it's the whole thing.
It might be. But, in a very weird, kind of strange year, if there was ever a year where you would think you wouldn't be bothered by it, it'd be a year in which the Mets are right there.
You're right.
I mean, the Mets win tonight. They got 22 wins.
I think a part of it is that the Mets are doing so well that
you want it all for yourself, right?
Kind of, yeah. As much as maybe we say, or at least I say, Yankees are in a different league. They're in a different division. It doesn't matter how they do. I think when your neighbors are Yankee fans, or if you're a Yankee fan, your neighbors are Met fans, there's just that, little sibling rivalry. So I'm not going to lie to you. When Judge hit that fat curveball for just a smashed home run, and Glaber Torres, for the first time this year, hit an 0-2 pitch over the fence, first hit on an 0-2 pitch, there was a part of me saying, really? Guys can't lose? I can't lose this game.
Can't lose. Sorry. Last year, no problem. We'll throw a couple bones your way. This year, different team, my friend. Different team. Boy, it's so much more fun coming into work when you've got really good baseball teams, and the Mets are one of them, obviously.
Yeah.
This is not, the Yankees standing alone. They just, the Mets could win their 22nd game tonight. And then Met fans will say, hey, first National League team to 22.
This is,
by the way, you and I are going to grow tired of it quickly. But that is going to be the new cliche annoyance.
Right.
First team to 23. First team to 27.
Right.
And on and on and on.
No, I know. And look, the Mets and the Yankees have had success in the same year before. It's rare, but it's happened. Like 2006, they both won over 90 games by a lot. 97 games, I think each team won. But this season has to be the greatest one-month run to start a season we've seen from both teams ever. I mean, we've heard about all the great starts the Yankees have been off to, like 2003 and years like that, but never have we had both of these teams at this point in this year playing as well as they're playing, and it's great for the town.
It's great for everybody. It's great for everybody. And it's like I told you maybe 3 weeks ago, it's starting to set up those Subway Series games as major events. Because if this does continue for the Mets and for the Yankees, and we're, about 6 weeks away from first Subway Series, if I'm not mistaken?
No, late July.
Is it? Oh, it's late July. My bad.
Yeah, late July.
So we're 2 months away from the first Subway Series. If they come into that series, both teams still rocking and rolling, 12-game leads in the division, that is going to be off the charts.
You just hit on something that's very exciting about these starts. I get it. It's only 30 games. We all understand that. Both the Yankees and the Mets are starting to create a little bit of distance. I mean, the Mets have a bigger lead in their division than at any point last season. They now have a 7-game lead over Atlanta, Miami, and Philadelphia. And with the Blue Jays' struggles, the Yankees have opened up a 7-game loss column lead on the Blue Jays. And the Rays are getting no hit last night. So it is early. No one's denying that. But you want to create as much separation as you can. And both of these teams are, which is amazing.
Yeah, no, listen, it's awesome. Now, if you're leaving Yankee Stadium right now and want to get on the horn about this, it's just awesome. Let's do it. 877-337-6666. I mean, whether it's last night, 2 strikes, down a couple runs, Aaron Judge up, he's never hit a quote-unquote walk-off home run in his career. I think he only has a single walk-off hit, maybe 2.
That was the finale last year.
Career.
The finale of last year's regular season.
I think he has 1 earlier this year, but it was a single or something. Is it 1 or 2 going into last night? Was it just 1? It could be
just one other hit. He actually had a walk-off.
He had a walk as well, right?
So this is his third walk-off.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So he hit a ball to tomorrow,
and that was. By the way, there's certain walk-offs. All walk-offs aren't created equal.
Right.
When you're down in a game,
right,
and you're coming down to your last chances, that's a different kind of walk-off than tie game.
2 strikes.
Yeah. That was an incredibly dramatic walk-off.
And then the Yankees did try early today to just go through the motions and we split with Toronto. Let's get our asses out to Chicago as quickly as we can. But Tyone fought, only give up that 1 run in the first inning, which was huge to get out of that jam. And then all of a sudden, Gleyber Torres, after being robbed of a hit in his first at-bat, comes up with the home run.
Well, to further what you said, Jamison Tyone bailed out Gleyber Torres because remember, he got what appeared to be a double play ball because the bases were loaded with nobody out to start the game. And I even said to Craig, we're watching this game, it just feels like a long day. This feels like a shaky outing upcoming from Jamison Tyone. And this is just going to be, like you said, a go-through-the-motions kind of game. And Tyone gets a ground ball. Should be a 5-4-3 double play. Okay, trade a run for 2 outs. And Gleyber Torres couldn't get the ball out of his glove.
Right.
Blue Jays get a run. They only get 1 out. And that could have been a huge moment in this game. But to Tyone's credit, he struck out Gurriel. He got Kirk to pop up, got through the first inning, and from then on pitched a really good game. But he bailed out Gleyber because that little defensive miscue could have been a big moment early. And then you mentioned with the bat, hitting the 3-run home run, especially on an 0-2 pitch. And even though Gleyber Torres' average is still relatively low, I think it's about 220.
20 maybe.
Yeah.
I think it was 207 coming in.
He's gotten a handful of pretty clutch hits.
By the way, it's the second game in 2 weeks where he's responsible for the entire offense.
Yeah.
He had all 5 ribbies today. And listen, that's the beauty. That's an all-around team. That's the genius of Brian Cashman.
The genius?
One night it's Gleyber. One night it's Judge. One night it's Rizzo. Chapman, not great today, but good enough.
And it ignores and it makes you forget the fact that Aaron Hicks was leading off today, took an 0-4, and has 1 extra base hit this season and is in another massive slump. Makes you forget that Isaiah Connor-Falefa has cooled off, that Joey Gallo still strikes out 1 time every other at-bat. So you're able to kind of mask the things that aren't going well that otherwise you'd be freaking out about. Otherwise, we'd be ripping Aaron Hicks. How do you lead off Aaron Hicks?
Yeah.
How do you sit Giancarlo Stanton? How do you sit Josh Donaldson?
Whatever he's doing, Aaron Boone's pushing buttons that are working.
They're winning.
Because they're 22-8. And it doesn't matter how you get the wins, just start stacking them. Stack the W's while you can.
You know what they do, though?
And worry about the losing streak later.
More than anything, you know what this team does, and this has been from start to now.
Let me guess.
Yeah.
They fight.
No.
Oh.
It's actually much more simpler than that.
Oh, I thought that was a good answer.
Sure,
you have the
fight.
answer? This team does what?
They pitch?
They pitch!
Yeah, I knew it. I knew he was going to go with the pitch.
Because let's not ignore the fact that this baseball team continues to pitch to an ungodly 2.5 ERA. That even on a day like today, Jamison Tyone into the 6th inning. Here's Michael King. Here's Clay Holmes, who may be the MVP
He was
of
great
the team.
again, by the way.
How good is he?
Yeah.
Come in, boom, double play against Vlad Guerrero Jr. Let's not forget that. This team pitches. And the reason why I believe in them at 22-8 is that I don't think pitching, for the most part, goes through long, sustained slumps. Like, they're not going to pitch to a 2.5 ERA all year.
Well, we keep saying that, but then you may wake up.
Wow.
And they're sitting right there.
But 1 through 13, and I'm talking about the whole staff, they're as good as anybody. 1 through 13, and now this year with this bullpen, they're doing it with different arms. Like, if I asked you, besides Chapman, who's the closer for now, who do you trust most out of the bullpen? The answer is pretty easy. It's Clay Holmes and it's Michael King.
And Michael King's only had the 1 bad outing a couple games ago. But they've been terrific. It's why I told you back in March, never count out Brian Cashman.
That's not what you said.
He knows more about baseball than we do.
You wanted him fired.
And once again, he has built a winner.
That's
my guy.
You wanted him fired.
Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the Yankees have given Cashman a 5-year extension. And I know there's going to be some Yankee fans out there that go, oh, wow. Listen, 22-8, zip your lip.
If you're a Yankee
Proof
fan.
is in the pudding. The guy knows what he's doing.
If you're a Yankee fan who was hating on Brian Cashman.
Shame on you.
Which you did.
I never did that.
Here's what you didn't do. You didn't ever hate it on Boone. You love the Boone.
Love Aaron Boone.
If you're a Yankee fan that hated on Aaron Boone.
Yeah.
Now, again, it's still only 30 games. I keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Who are you giving credit to right now? Like, if you've gone 180 on Boone, 180 on Cashman, like, if you're one of those Yankee fans, and that was the majority of Yankee fans who were down on the offseason, wasn't inspired by this roster
Right.
coming into the season. At 22-8, who are you giving credit to?
The guy I've always given credit to, Aaron Boone. He's the best manager in baseball.
It's all Boone?
Well, you can't say it's all Boone. Players have to play, right?
Right.
But clearly, the greatest general manager in the history of the sport has once again put together a team that nobody thought was going to be this good. And he sat back, he took all the slings and arrows, and he said, okay, I've only done this for 25 years, but you guys know better. Let's see what happens. And 30 games in, they've got, I think it's their third best start in the history of the franchise.
It's their best start since 2003.
Right, I think 23, 22, what was it?
22-8.
Yeah, no, but 24-6 is their greatest 30-game start ever.
Right.
I think they did that once. 23-7, they did that only a couple times.
And
22-8, they've now done a couple times.
So they went 24-6 in 1928. They won the World Series. They went 24-6 in 1939. They won the World Series.
Bang!
They went 24-6 in 1958. They won the World
Bang!
Series. They went 23-7 in 1998. They won the World
Bang!
Series. In 2003, they went 23-7. They lost the World Series.
They got there, though. That's the key to this.
1923, 22-8, won the World Series.
See?
1932, 22-8, won the World Series.
Woo!
And in 1950, 22-8, won the World Series. All that courtesy of Yes Network. So the bar is set, Yankee fans.
So?
You better go to the World Series.
Let's get the World Series trade chugging. Choo-choo! 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 All you haters, all you negative Nellies who think you know everything about baseball on Twitter, you know nothing. That's the reality. You got pimp slapped by Brian Cashman. And there's no reason to think this isn't going to continue. I mean, I think conservatively, Evan, we're probably looking at 120 wins. That's conservative. That's conservative. Because if you play it out,
Yes, what are they on pace for,
they're
Craig?
going to be 88-32. Okay?
Yeah.
88-32.
Yeah, I'll do the math on this. Let's see.
How many games is that?
They're 22-8, so 162
No, I gotta multiply that
divided
by more then. I'm
30
sorry.
times 20. They're on pace to win 119 games. So you're right on.
I was right
now,
on.
the other problem is, though,
Yeah, I thought I was
Aaron
close.
Judge is on pace to hit about 55 home runs.
Well, then he'll get $300 million.
I think so.
Right. And that's when you bet on yourself and you come up with the goods, you benefit from
You know
it.
what Aaron Judge did last night that was awesome besides the obvious hitting the walk-off home run? I love this. And this is a small part of why he is going to be a New York Yankee long term. So last night, Josh Donaldson gets drilled, as we saw, by Yimi Garcia. Now, Yimi was very emotional after the game, said it's the baseballs. This was one of my worst nights in baseball.
Bullcrap, by the way.
Well, this is what he said.
Yeah, he can say whatever he wants.
So-
It got nothing to do with the baseball.
So Donaldson gets drilled, does not go out to the mound, but they show the Yankee dugout. And there were two guys, and I want you to be fair.
Go.
There were two Yankees that jumped and climbed to the top of
Ready
the
to
railing
go.
and started screaming at Yimi Garcia. One of which was Aaron Judge.
Yep.
The other,
Mr. He has no soul.
no. He may have yelled too, but that's not the one I
saw him
noticed.
chirping.
I think he chirped a little bit.
Okay.
The other guy I noticed was
Go ahead. Anybody?
No.
I already said Giancarlo.
Garrett Cole.
Garrett Cole.
I like that.
But it sounded different when he was saying it, so nobody paid attention to.
But I like that. The Yankees were ready to
Yeah.
fight yesterday. And then the best part is they asked Donaldson about it after the game. And he said, well, the reason that there was a lot going on is that him and Heineman, the catcher, they got into it, which none of us even knew about.
I didn't know that either at the
so
time.
the Yankees had a little feisty night against the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
They come back and beat them. They come back the next day. They beat them again. They don't like each other.
Yeah.
There may be a fight at some point. The Yankees are ready to fight, but they're also beating their ass. And you got to love that if you're a Yankee fan.
Listen, they're 7 games up in the loss column, only 30 games in. And Toronto, I thought, like most people thought, was going to be your biggest challenge to winning the division. Red Sox are in the basement, 8 games under 500. Baltimore, who cares? And Tampa sitting there, as you said, 5 games back in the loss column. But Toronto is supposed to be the team with that great offense. And they've now played, is it 8 games?
They have now
more than
played
that,
9 games.
9 games.
And the Yankees have won 6 of the 9.
Yep. So there you go. Take that and smoke it. Or share it. Don't bogart it. There's other guys in the room, Billy. 877-337-6666. I am waiting for Major League Baseball to announce their partnership with the cannabis industry.
That's coming.
Because they did it with, I'm waiting for all the leagues to.
That's coming.
Could you imagine the NBA officially endorses Sour Diesel as the OG Kush of the month? You know what's happening, right?
Hi, my name is Kevin Durant. After my team gets swept in the first round of the playoffs, I like my, what's it called again?
Kevin Durant?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Craig Carton. I can no longer gamble, but I can eat edibles. And my favorite edible is Bing Bong. A strain directly from the rivers of New York. I can't wait for, matter of fact, I got to call Rob Manfred up on that one.
Yeah, get that done.
I got to get that done. The official weed of Major League Baseball, the NBA, the NFL, and the NHL.
By 2025, that's happening.
Is that not the greatest idea ever? Hey, man, I hear you smoking some of that Phoenix Sunweed. Yeah, I got the Orlando Magic Kush. It's the best you've ever had, bro. Oh, that might be my greatest idea of all. Anyway, let's get all your calls. You're leaving the game. You're excited. The New York Yankees are rock stars right now. Patrick is in Madison, New Jersey. Patrick, what's going on?
Oh, boy. We are on a
boy.
hot streak, baby.
Yep.
I got an 11-year-old boy. It was his birthday today, and Glaber came through like no other.
Now,
Evan,
did
you're not
you-
going to bring us down?
Did you
We
go to
are
the game?
kicking butt.
Did you take your 11-year-old with you to the game?
Yes, and I got my wife next to me, and she was fighting a guy in the stands for a foul ball.
I
And
love
it. Was
it.
beautiful.
I
we're
love
stuck
it.
in New Jersey Turnpike traffic, but we're loving every minute. You
Yeah, I
guys are
think
making our
that
day.
today's one of those days. Traffic don't bother you. Your son's birthday, your wife fighting for a foul ball. You had great weather. Perfect day.
Perfect day. Can't complain. I'll probably get fired at work because I'm playing hooky.
Here's the beauty of it. Right now, there are plenty of open jobs.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And nobody wants to
Yeah,
fill them.
hopefully for cannabis. I'll market that cannabis any
Yeah.
day of the week.
Matinee baseball was
Good job,
built.
Pat.
Matinee baseball was built
For the cannabis
for
industry?
playing hooky.
Oh,
That's what it was created for. 100 years ago, when they said we need to do afternoon baseball, it wasn't because they didn't have lights and had no choice. It was because they knew it was for the working men and women to just skip work or skip school and go watch baseball.
Do you think the Yankees would ever lend their logo to a cannabis company?
Yes.
You do?
At some point, they will.
You think so?
Yeah, once everything-
Like they have a ticket deal. I wonder if they do. I'm sure they have a deal with one of the casinos,
Here's
right?
why that's going to
They
happen.
must.
If I would have told you 30 years ago,
Yeah.
hey, the New York Yankees, the New York Mets, all baseball teams, they're going to make a deal with legalized scalping, right? Scalping
which they
of
did.
tickets.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
If you said they're going to make a deal where they're going to have you betting on games,
Yeah.
you would have said 20 years ago, none of that's going to happen.
No, they're vehemently opposed to that type of
Right.
business. They would never lend themselves
So-
to being partners or in bed with that.
So when you ask me today, would they ever lend their name to cannabis? Oh, hell yeah.
Damn right. Yeah, but how do we get in on that? Like, we don't grow it. We don't have a grow license.
I don't know how we
don't have
get
a-
in on it.
I just think we have to middle it. Isn't that the way to get it done?
I don't know. You're the one that brought bacon on a stick to Yankee
I
Stadium.
did bring bacon on a stick, and they took it. And I had it stolen from Citi Field. We should bring that back. But I think this is the biggest idea ever. The biggest idea ever.
Future of sports.
Hey, Aaron Judge, how did you hit that game-winning home run last night? Well, in between innings.
Well, because I was high, because I was
Exactly,
high, because
exactly.
I was high.
I was, and let me be careful here. Certain references you don't want to make because people may be offended by them. Okay. Ever since we started promoting the Bobby Mercer weed,
Bobby Mercer.
I've really been hitting the ball out of the park. Not offensive, right?
No.
I think that's an unoffensive reference.
No, I'm sure Bobby Mercer
Like there's
would be
some
pleased.
references that would have been low ball shots,
Right.
which I don't want to take,
Right.
obviously. So I was trying to think of a,
No, you honored Bobby Mercer.
I honored the great Bobby Mercer.
I happen to be a really big fan of the Scooter Phil Rizzuto weed. That's just my personal
Oh,
favorite.
is that right?
Yeah, that's my thing.
Yeah, that makes you want to eat Mama Leone's square pie from Brooklyn.
Makes me want to have a cannoli.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Here is Stevie in Milford. Stevie, good afternoon.
Hey, what's up, guys? Long time. Listen, I love the Evan and Robert. The other show with but
What
listen. Anyway, I love your show. You guys are doing great.
Okay.
I had a joke there for a second.
No worries.
But listen. Carton, you got to calm down. I got a couple things, so don't hang up on me. You got to calm down. The Yankees are going to drop. I'm telling you, Evan and me, it's the Mets time. It's Stevie Cohen's time. Uncle Stevie's got the team in check. There is no way that the Yankees are going to go all the way this year. And I never had doubts on Brian Cashman or Aaron Boone or anything, but you did, recalling some of your comments before Major League Baseball came on an agreement. You were very negative on the deals that Cashman did not make.
I don't remember saying a single negative word about the greatest GM in baseball.
I'll take it a step further. On October 6th on our show, Craig Carton said it's time to fire Brian Cashman. Your words, not mine.
You guys make these things up.
Listen, Brian Cashman is one of the best GMs in baseball. There's no doubt about it. But I think that the Yankees are not gonna be.
But Steve. Here's the problem. As a diehard Met fan, I can't sit here and tell Craig or any Yankee fan they won't win, they can't win, because they have something that's really integral to winning.
Yeah.
Integral. They can freaking pitch 1 through 13.
And by the way, we should point out that in the American League, and give or take a run, they've given up 40 fewer runs than anybody else.
They're out pitching.
Like it's stupid. Only the Dodgers in both leagues have given up fewer runs.
They're out pitching everyone. Here's the way I feel, and I'm sure you feel this way because I've experienced this before.
I'm going to ask you a question.
All right, I've experienced this before as a fan. Obviously, we put our team first. But we have to share a city, whether you're a Met fan or a Jet Giant fan or Knicks Nets. And when you're having a great year, and the Mets are having an outstanding year, they're 21-10.
It's not as good as the Yankees.
There's a little bit of jealousy when we got to share the attention we deserve with another team playing just as well. It's a natural thing. And for me, it's happening right now. I'll admit that.
There you go. You're jealous. I mean, how could you be jealous?
Listen,
just be happy for what you have.
I was born.
God.
Okay, I'm not going to deny that I've been jealous of the Yankees since I was born. But listen, Evan, I got to ask you a question.
Yes.
And Carton, go for it if you want. By the way, Carton, I'm so glad you're back. You're fucking awesome. I'm glad
Thank you. No worries. I appreciate the rhetoric there.
But listen, Evan,
Yes.
so listen, here we go. Kiormi is an absolute freaking waste. He's got great defense. He makes really good defensive plays in the field. But why the hell is he in that lineup almost every single day when you got that Dom Smith bat sitting on the bench? I would prefer to have Dom Smith in the lineup playing DH, or they should have Alonso.
Well, okay.
And Smith.
On an everyday, most of the time basis, Luis Guillermo doesn't play. On a night like tonight, he is playing, and the guy who's sitting is Mark Canha. I don't have an issue with that because I think if you're Buck Showalter and if you're Aaron Boone to a degree, you want to make sure everyone gets some kind of consistent at-bats because you never know when you're going to have to call on someone. Luis is really good defensively. He's important because there are going to be days where he needs to play shortstop or second base or fill in at third base. And so I don't mind once a week, Luis is back getting in the lineup. What we're going to find out over the next few weeks and months is a very important question, and that's, do the New York Mets need to add another bat? Because right now, if Dom Smith doesn't prove he can be an everyday player and J.D. Davis doesn't prove they can be an everyday player, they're going to have to acquire a designated hitter type bat. And maybe it's Nelson Cruz is off to a brutal start. Maybe it's somebody else. So I'll look at the next 2 months and say, can someone step up? Is somebody really amongst that group of Dom Smith and J.D. Davis going to step up and become a guy who needs to play 5 days a week? Dom's getting the opportunity. Dom's in the lineup tonight. And luckily, he's playing first base and Pete is DHing. But I think over the next few months, we're going to find out. Do the Mets need to add another bat, or is one of those guys going to be able to step up?
And that calls everything wrong with fandom.
What?
Because the Mets are 21-10. They have a 7-game lead over the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah.
And he's complaining. I don't get that.
That's
and
not
even
good.
you.
No.
And let me walk you through the gauntlet for a second.
What did I complain
And
about?
you. I'm jealous of the Yankees.
That's not what I said.
Wow.
That's not what I said.
We're 21-10, but the Yankees are a little bit better. It bothers me.
Correct. The Yankees are not a little bit better. I think they're on the same even playing field right now. It's not that I'm jealous about the team.
You said yourself you were jealous.
Let me explain.
Your words, not mine.
No.
Go ahead.
Of the attention. Because when we live in New York, that is not a monolithic town where we all rally around one team.
Yeah.
We have to share the airtime. We got to share the space.
The pretty girl doesn't like what you're wearing today.
And so sometimes after a big victory like last night, we walk around and say, yeah, we're getting no attention because Judge walked off the Blue Jays.
I mean, the Mets won yesterday, but so what? Who cares?
So what? It was a hell of a
Judge
win.
hit a 3-run home run to win it at home. Bang!
That's my
headlines.
That's my point.
Oh,
look, I experienced this Knicks and Nets a decade
just
ago when they both had
enjoy
good
the
years.
run you're on.
I am
Don't
enjoying
be jealous about the run
Craig,
we're on.
Craig. I'm enjoying it.
I don't think you are.
I'm being honest. Don't you want me to be honest?
I appreciate the honesty, and I'm going to be like
Craig,
your father.
Craig,
Quit your bitching.
Craig, I'm not bitching. If I came on the air and looked into your eyes and said, oh, I'm happy for the Yankees at 22-8, I've got no issues, I'd be dishonest with you.
I don't want you to lie to me.
And I've never been a Met fan who hates the Yankees, who hates on the Yankees. I always just want to be honest.
You go to Yankee games every year.
Okay. That means nothing.
You do.
That's because I'm a professional. I also score Yankee games.
Yeah, you do.
But I'm admitting that there are times, it doesn't happen often in this town, where you just get attention about the oxygen that we all need to share.
That's why you're like a Kardashian.
Am I?
Yeah. Like, baby Rexa is getting a lot of attention. We better show more cleavage. Yeah. No one's talking about us today. We better do something risque. Yeah. Let's go to the Met Gala again and dress up like animals or something.
Loogie, we need the Yankees to have a 5-game losing streak stat right now.
Once again, it seems like I made the right decision with the team I picked 30 games in.
Never a doubt, my friend.
Thank you,
Never
sir.
Never a doubt.
Thank you, sir. And next Friday, how great is next Friday going to be? We're all going to the Yankee game in a luxury box, bougie as possible, enjoying the best team in baseball.
Andy Pettit bobblehead. It's just going to be a great day.
Oh, yeah, I did not get that for you yet. Sorry about
just, it's okay.
I've not acquired the Andy Pettit bobblehead yet.
Oh, by the way,
yeah,
I need you to acquire an Andy Pettit bobblehead, and here's why.
Yeah, sure.
As you may know, I have told the story that after the Luis Castillo dropped ball game, I ditched my dearest friend Chad at Yankee Stadium.
You made him walk home.
I spoke to Chad the other day.
Okay.
He unfortunately is going to be out of town for that series, and I said, Chad, I'm going to make you a promise.
Yeah.
And hopefully this makes up for my transgressions.
Go ahead.
I'm going to acquire a bobblehead of your all-time favorite player, which happens to be Andy Pettit.
Well, it's funny.
So we need to get an extra. And Big Mac, I will fight you to the death for that Andy Pettit bobblehead.
Why don't we just invite your buddy to the game?
I did already. He is out of town, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Unlucky.
Yeah.
Because there's only so many bobbleheads to go around. Like, is there a price he's willing to pay for this thing? Or is it on you?
No, we're gonna fight to the death. I'm in.
Or we're gonna fight to the death.
Yeah, we're gonna fight to the death.
I'm cool.
I think you lost that battle, buddy. I think that'd be a tough one for you to win. But I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to acquire 2 bobbleheads for Big Mac.
Thank you.
And for you.
Because I will right the wrong of 13 years ago. And after ditching my friend at Yankee Stadium after Luis Castillo dropped that pop-up.
To be fair,
yes,
it's too late.
No, it's not.
It's too late for you to right that wrong.
No, it's not.
Like, it took 13 years and an Andy Pettit bobblehead for you to finally come up with a solution to how you wronged your friend?
No, I've given him many. Like, for example, a few years ago, I met Mariano Rivera. And Mariano was kind enough to sign a ball for Chad. And while he loved it, Chad said, Andy Pettit's my all-time favorite. So the holy grail of gifts that I need to acquire for him is Andy Pettit's bobblehead.
That's nice that Mariano signed the ball for you.
Very nice guy.
Yo, there are these 2 TikTok stars. They're twins. They're known as the Dolan Twins.
Okay.
And they come from New Jersey. They got 30 million followers on TikTok, right? Mm-hmm. So I was at ShopRite on Sunday, okay?
Yeah.
And there's a couple teenage girls that work at the store. And there's a guy who's a big fan of our show. Whenever I see him, he's always like, Mets fans for Yankees, right? So the girls are all excited. They want an autograph. And I'm like, whose autograph? They go, the Dolan Twins are here. So I'm thinking, like, James Dolan doesn't have twins, but it's totally out of my world, right? Yours as well, I believe, that these 2 young, handsome, 22-year-old guys are all the rage for teenage girls, right? So I go, no worries, girls. I'll get you their autographs. Like, they're not going to say no. So I walk the girls over to these 2 guys, the Dolan Twins. I go, hey, fellas, how you doing? These girls are really big fans. You mind taking a quick picture with them? Now, mind you, I don't know the girls at all, and I've never heard of the Dolan Twins, okay? This kid goes, yeah, no.
No.
I go, no.
No.
We're in an empty ShopRite on a late Sunday afternoon. He goes, we're laying low on the social media, not doing any pictures right now.
Wow.
Anthony, my 11-year-old, goes, who the F do you think you are that you won't take a picture for somebody who's a fan?
Anthony.
He was livid about it. And the kid's like, I'm sorry, we're just not taking pictures. I go, then do the right thing and give them both a hug and shake their hands. And the girl's, oh my God. But memo to the Dolan Twins, you always take the picture.
Craig.
I don't know if you people know who these two guys are, and they were cordial.
Right.
They were not douchey, but they refused to take the picture. Take the picture.
Why don't you do the audience a favor?
And do what?
Tell the whole story.
I did tell the whole story.
Nah, you left a part out.
No, I told pretty much the whole story.
Ladies and
All right,
gentlemen.
I'll tell you the story. So the teenage boy that works at ShopRite,
Right.
every time I see him, he's like, Mets fans for Yankees, big fan of the show, always says hi. He's a nice kid. So I overhear the girls talking to him about, you think he'll say yes? You think he'll take the picture? And in my head, I'm like, they want my picture.
Exactly.
So I'm like, I turn around, not knowing what they're talking about, and I said, it won't be a problem. Let me just finish bagging my groceries. Happy to take the picture. And they're like, oh my God, because we love them. So I had to pivot on the spot and make it look like, they have no idea who I am.
That's right.
Yeah.
Craig thought they wanted
I did.
picture.
I thought they wanted my picture. Never a problem.
But here's the moral of the
Yeah.
story. Craig was willing to offer the picture.
So-
without hesitation, you're a good guy.
You always say yes to the
Of
picture.
course.
Unless you're eating dinner with your family, then you just say, hey, kindly after dinner, happy to do it. Just give me a few minutes.
That's right.
But the Dolan Twins refused to take a picture for
Unbelievable.
these two young girls.
Unbelievable.
Mariano Rivera signed the ball.
No issues.
He-
Greatest closer in the history of the sport, no problem. A bunch of guys from TikTok. Oh, no,
Yeah.
sorry. We're laying
So
low.
sorry, can't take a picture. We're laying low. Yeah, stay laying low. Nobody cares about you anymore. Here's Dominic in West Babylon. Dominic, what do you got?
Hey, Craigie, Evan, thanks for taking the call. How are you?
Yeah, we're doing good.
What's up?
I'll admit here, I was definitely a Cashman doubter going into this season, although I understand he's been doing a very good job since the early 90s and everything. But I'll admit I was 100% wrong, 30 games in. Wonderful record right now. And look at the Mets. I am a Yankees fan. I am a Giants fan. Okay, but I do root for the Mets and the Jets. I consider them the little brothers. And I do laugh when they're inept sometimes. But this season, this year for the Mets right now, it feels different. And you guys were talking earlier about the Subway Series coming up in like 2.5 months, I think. I cannot wait to go to one of those games. And I don't remember the last time I've been this excited about this stuff. It's just wonderful for the state. It really, really, truly is. And one more thing, Craig, I just have one question, and I'll hang up.
Yeah.
How do you know about Sour Diesel and OG Kush?
How do you think I know about it? There's only one way to know about it, and that's to be a customer of it. I'm very honest. I don't lie.
What did he think you were going to say?
Like, you think I read about it online or watched the movie Friday 3 times? No, I'm in on it. I know what's going on.
We are such, and I understand why. We're very excited people. I'm very excited. We are such prisoners of the moment. Who the hell knows what the Mets and the Yankees are going to look like in late July?
Well, I think
we really have no idea.
Barring injury, because who knows with injuries, I think 30 games in is enough to at least tell you they're not going anywhere.
I think both are good teams.
Yeah,
sure.
Now, are they going to go through a week where they lose 6 out of 7? Most likely, because every team at some point has that lull. But I do think for both teams, not just the Yankees, there's no reason to believe that this is some kind of mirage. They're both very good baseball teams.
Well, both teams can pitch.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what it comes down to, especially in this era that we're living in right now where balls are not flying over the fence, where the league batting average is like 232. The New York Mets and the New York Yankees can pitch.
Now, do you buy the rhetoric, which is out there, it's not mine, I'm sure you've read it, that there's a belief that when the weather turns for good, and you're now playing games in the 70s, 80s, and 90-degree temperatures, that the balls will start flying out of the parks?
Well, the balls will start flying
that's
out
the rhetoric right
more,
now.
But what's
You think significantly or no?
A little bit. They always do. But here's my issue. Jeff McNeil told a story the other day that I think is fascinating. I think everyone should pay attention to. And they did this on the broadcast maybe about a week ago, where Jeff McNeil said he hit a ball that he thought was gone against the Diamondbacks, and it got caught at the wall. And Jeff said after that at-bat, I can't do this anymore. I'm not swinging for the fences. This is a joke. And he changed his approach.
So he acknowledged he was swinging for the fences.
Yeah,
I
and
guess.
so Jeff McNeil, as you've seen this year, is having a great season. Is he hitting home runs?
But maybe that's on him, right?
But that's my point. It's more than just the baseballs.
Right, it's guys who are now swinging for the fences.
Stop swinging for the fences. If we see the baseballs aren't traveling, instead of this rhetoric of let's wait for the summer, let's wait till it heats up, how about you change your approach?
Like, made a point. Cameron Maven made a good point during the broadcast today. I don't know why I'm blocking on which Yankee player he was talking about, but he was talking about how was it? I don't think it was Glaber, but he was talking about the level swing of a guy in the Yankees today. And I apologize, I forget who it was. And he was making the point that he's a much better hitter this year compared to last year because he's swinging on an even plane.
Because it's an approach.
He's not swinging uppercut.
Because you're not thinking about launch angle, which has been kind of crushed into these players' brains for so long.
I forget who he was talking about, but it was a really good point he was making. Because whoever it was today, he made contact, got a hit on a pitch that was up in the strike zone, but he showed how the swing was level. And no matter where the ball is, if you swing level, the better shot of getting it.
I understand the baseballs are a problem. It's an excuse now. Okay?
I agree with you on that 100%.
The league batting average is 230. That's not the baseballs. It's the approach.
Yeah. I think the baseball is a cop-out.
It's a part of it, but it's a more so you need baseball players, and Jeff McNeil's doing a great job of this. And I'm glad to see the old Jeff McNeil. I love the old Jeff McNeil. Do you see the way he's choking up on that bat down?
Oh, yeah, he's choking up on the stick.
Jeff McNeil's taking the wee Willie killer approach. Hit him where they ain't. Simple as that. Stop trying to hit the ball 400 feet.
Time out.
What's up?
We're not doing that.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not.
That's what he's doing.
We're not doing a 1918 reference.
But that's what it's earlier than that, bro.
1843 reference.
He played for the Orioles in 1895.
Yeah, so you can't reference that.
Wee Willie Keeler played for the Yankees.
You cannot make that reference.
Of course I can.
No, you may not,
You know why
sir.
I can? Because
on
Jeff
the weekend
McNeil,
you can, not during the week.
Jeff McNeil's doing it.
Yeah.
He's doing
something that nobody saw get done. What do you mean he's doing a wee Willie Keeler? There's no pictures of him doing it.
Of course there are.
There's no videotapes of him. Don't even heard of the guy. He might not even existed.
All-time great.
All-time great.
Wee Willie Keeler.
In 1843.
1840.
You can't be thought of as an all-time great if you played in the 1800s.
All right, Rod Carew.
Sorry.
Is that better for you? Is Rod Carew work? Tony Gwynn? Who do you want?
It's better than wee Willie Keeler.
Hit him where they ain't. It's one of the great lines in the history of baseball.
That sounds like a Groucho Marx type of, or who's the guy that said a sucker born every minute? The circus guy? That guy. Yeah, what's his name? Come on. You guys can't be as brain dead as I am. You have no reason to be this brain dead. I've got a reason to be this brain dead.
Yeah, all that cush.
Who is it?
P.T. Barnum?
P.T. Barnum. Thank you, Tommy.
P.T. Barnum.
There's a sucker born every minute. I think that's what he said. And a lot of people want to see the wolf lady on the Coney Island boardwalk.
Wait, what does that have to do with Jeff McNeil? I'm confused.
Nothing.
Or Rod Carew?
Nothing at all.
Or baseball?
It's the wee Willie thing.
Oh, the wee.
Yeah. Yeah. We can't reference things from the 1800s.
Of course you can.
I don't believe that's
Do we
accurate.
mention Abraham Lincoln?
Not in a sports context, we don't. No, we do not. I'm sorry.
I think it was a great reference. I apologize.
Do you buy the fact that Lincoln had the beard because he had terrible acne scars on his face?
Oh, absolutely.
You do buy that.
You always use that beard to cover up acne.
Buy that rhetoric?
Yep. Gabe Kapler's doing the same thing in San Francisco.
He's got bad acne scars?
Now, he had a whole diatribe about if a mustache counts if you have a beard. He said it's still a mustache.
If a
and
mustache,
there's a debate.
What do you mean? Say it again?
All right. If you have a full beard.
Full beard.
With a mustache, the whole thing.
With the mustache.
Does that count as a mustache? He's saying, of course, I have a mustache.
Okay.
And others are claiming no, because it's mustache month, I guess.
November's usually Movember.
No, it's May, apparently.
We changed Movember?
Yeah, we changed it.
When did we do that?
And so Gabe Kapler's getting crap that he doesn't have a mustache, and Gabe's like, excuse me,
Hold
I got
on.
a full beard
Does
with a
he have
mustache.
the full mustache
Yes.
above the lip?
Yes.
Then he's got a mustache.
I agree with you.
Oh, so people are saying for the mustache movement,
Yeah.
Correct.
you can only have the mustache. Like you can't have a goatee?
Right, like
Right.
Nestor
And no
Cortez
beard.
only has
Has
a
a
mustache.
mustache, yes.
So he's got a stash. Tom
Yeah.
Selleck has a mustache.
Yeah.
Is
Right.
that reference okay for you, Tom
That's a
Selleck?
good one because it's
That's a
not
good one.
1890 and
Yeah.
everyone loved Magnum PI.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Gabe Kapler, who's a good-looking man, might I
Gabe
say.
Kaplan is dead.
Gabe Kapler.
Oh.
Manager.
The former Philly manager,
Giants.
San Francisco Giants.
I
yeah.
discovered him. I'm not sure
Yes.
you're aware of that, but I
Yes.
did
Yes.
on a Saturday show many years ago. he's saying this counts as a mustache. Shut up. It's basically what he's saying.
I agree with him.
I agree with him too.
Yeah, like Big Mac's got a
Yes,
mustache.
Correct, 100%.
Yeah. And
You have
the
a beard
rest
or
of
you
the
have a
facial
mustache?
hair.
Well, yeah, I'm just.
But you have
this
a
is more
mustache.
Mustache
The
and then just
mustache
lazy.
is part of the beard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Typically. Like, I can't remember a guy who had the full beard but didn't have it above his lip. I'm sure there's someone. It wasn't Lincoln. We know
I think
that.
there are some presidents, if you look at some of the faces, that kind of had the beard with the shaved mustache.
Beard, no mustache.
Yeah. And just to throw it in there, Gabe Kaplan is alive and well.
Yes,
He
he
is.
is. Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah.
He is still with
I
us.
wanted to make sure.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure
There's no way he's still alive.
he's still there.
alive.
Gabe Kaplan's still alive?
Yep.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yikes.
You know what's about to
Yeah,
happen.
don't cross the
Yeah, I
street this
know.
weekend.
Gabe Kaplan, unfortunately, is
yeah.
going to pass away now in the next few
Why would
days.
you say that?
Don't do that.
No,
Yeah,
because
don't-
you just did it.
I thought he was already dead.
Gabe, stay at home, buddy. We love you. Welcome back, Cotter's one of the great shows of all
course.
time. Stay at home. Don't let the Cardin jinx affect you,
He
okay,
does-
buddy?
He still does the poker stuff.
Well, he was the first. He used to host the Texas
Yeah, he
Hold'em
still
event in
does.
Vegas before it was even popular, mainstream popular. You probably watching reruns on that. I don't think he's with us.
No, I'm not.
I don't think you're getting new
No, I
Gabe
double-checked,
Kaplan
yes.
poker shows. I think it's very
No,
hard
he
to
does.
believe.
He does the commentary over poker.
I think those are
Tournaments.
old school ones. I think
No.
you're watching like
No.
pre-Chris Moneymaker.
No. Oh,
Texas
definitely
Hold'em
not.
events.
Definitely not.
I
No.
think you
No.
might be.
How old was Gabe when he passed away?
think
Do we
he
have
was
an
like-
answer?
He's
79 or
He's
something.
currently 77 years old.
What did you say?
Okay.
You're a bad guy, dude.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
It seems implausible that he's
Why?
still alive. It just does.
He's only
And he had a-
77.
Yeah, and yet, look how young he is. Well, I hope he makes it through the week. I can tell you
too.
that. Because if he doesn't, then I've got another notch on my belt.
Dude, if
and
he-
I'm not looking for another notch.
If he doesn't,
Yeah.
that's a bad. We got worries, man. Because that's on you.
Again,
You think the blame for the Tom Seaver statue is enough? This is far worse.
who did I kill?
I don't even want to mention it.
Yeah,
But
don't.
you mistakenly thought someone had passed away.
Yeah.
We corrected you, and then a day later, the guy
passed.
passed away.
Yeah.
So I'm very nervous right now.
Trying to remember who that was.
I know who it was, but I'm not saying it.
Someone sports related, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Wasn't John Madden, was it?
No,
Thank God.
it was not John. But you're right
Well,
about the sport.
let's hope that Gabe has a long run.
Yes.
Yes.
We're rooting for you, Gabe.
Let's hope he is making new videos about Texas Hold'em. Probably isn't, but let's hope that he is.